My name is Jackson, Eddie,
Noah.
and Noah.
How can I say my name?
My name is Jackson,
Eddie.
And Noah. And you're watching
Disney Channel.
We want to be rich, and we see online a lot of people our age driving around Lamborghinis, Ferraris, McLarens, and one common theme that they all have is they seem to all sell a course. And there's a bad stigma around the name course sellers. And we wondered when we were at the very beginning of starting this endeavor, we wondered, can you even get rich ethically? Or are all these people just selling some fake promotion and then just claiming that the things that they are making you pay to be taught is what actually made them their money? We don't know. And we're genuinely curious. And so we have, for the last year, been trying to pursue different ways to get rich. And we decided the quickest way to escalate that is to move into a place together. This is our first week in our place. We just settled down and we are pursuing greatness together.
So we'll start with introductions. And since me and him are brothers and we're obviously better speakers, we'll start with the oddball out over here.
All right, so
Noah Milkman.
I would like to start off by saying I am the main character, which is why I have a different last name. So, I'm Noah the Stockman, and my story is kind of like 3 different lives. I've lived a lot of
Restart, because that's
What
not
the fuck is Noah the Stockman?
Alright, so my name is Noah. Obviously, I'm not their brother. I'm the lone wolf. I'm like Batman, pretty much. They're kind of just wannabes of being me. And I've lived a bunch of different lives. I started out in high school being a total loser, and I was addicted to video games. I played like 16, 17 hours a day because I had a competitive personality. And I've done like every bad habit you could possibly think of. I ate junk food. I didn't take care of myself. I had no social life. I watched and listened to garbage all day. I was swiping and doom scrolling. And I eventually just got to the point where enough was enough. And I joined the military because I didn't see my life going anywhere and I didn't know what else to do. So I went into the Navy as a rescue swimmer, and after I finished my contract, I got out and wanted to change my life for the better, because even towards the end of my contract in the Navy, I was still doing the same things. So I got on to self-improvement, and I ended up completely quitting video games, which took me like 3 or 4 months, and I had to sell my gaming computer to even do that. And then cleaned up my diet, started working out, and realized I wanted bigger and better things and bigger goals for my life. The first thing I started thinking about was retiring my mom. She's a first grade teacher that has never made a lot of money and has had to look out for me and my 2 siblings our whole lives. And I want to give her the opportunity in her life to go see the world and do whatever she wants. And through the last year, probably 1.5 years, I've tried all the same business models they've tried. I've joined the real world. I've tried copywriting. I started with affiliate marketing. That didn't really work for me. I've tried e-commerce. I eventually got into trading through one of my old buddies in the military. He ended up scamming me through a pyramid scheme. And so I did Forex for like 3 or 4 months. Then I got into the same scam caught up that Eddie did over here. Both got screwed over on that, spent thousands of dollars. And we eventually moved over to life insurance. And now I'm currently studying to pass my life insurance exam to get licensed. And we ended up moving into this apartment together, like they said, for the benefit of all 3 of us becoming successful together and sharing ideas to become better. So,
My name is Jackson. I'm the main character. And about 2 years ago now, I had planned on going to college. I was dead set on going to college. I was just fresh out of high school and I had no money to go to college, so I decided to work plumbing with my father for a couple months just to build up enough money to take away with me to college. And in that time of me working, just spending a lot of time online doing unproductive stuff in my off time, I just came across a lot of different influencers and saw a lot of different things about how you don't need to go to college to be successful. And there are routes and avenues that people are taking, people my age and younger I had seen, that were making substantially more than anyone aside from doctors have made by going to college. And so I knew it was out there, I knew it was possible, and I immediately got addicted on making it to that status. I remember Eddie, who is my brother, was still in high school, and I would pick him up from school every day. At the time, he still wanted to go to college too, and I would just talk to him just for little 5-minute rants. I would just talk to him about how I think college is stupid. I think the whole system that's set up for America is stupid, and there's more out there and it's achievable. He at the time was like, yeah, whatever. But after a certain amount of time, he ended up, I'll let him talk about it more when he describes himself and his experience with it. But eventually, we both decided this is something that we have seen other people do, and we figured if they're able to do it, why can't we? So I remember when I went to first get my laptop, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to do something. I remember getting my first laptop, and I walked in Eddie's room and I told him, I'm going to get a laptop right now. You could either come with me or you could not come with me. And he remembers the story better than I do, but eventually he decided that he did want to do it with me. He wanted to pull the trigger. So we went to Walmart, got the laptop, and from there we had tried copywriting, we had tried drop shipping, we had tried a lot of different ways of becoming rich that we had seen online before we eventually landed with, for the longest time, both of us day trading and studying the stock markets. To this day, this was about a year and a half ago, to this day, I am still steady rolling with the stock market and trying to be a professional day trader, waking up every day, doing what I need to do to try to make it there, improving every single day, and you will see that in my journey. And I'm excited to be in this apartment. We decided that we would most likely be able to excel in our knowledge by being in a house with the three of us together. And so while I'm pursuing that and they're pursuing what they're pursuing, we will all collectively bring a lot of knowledge to escalate how quickly we will become rich.
So I'm the real main character. They're not. You can check the hours board if you want to know. Anyways, I'm the real main character. I'm Eddie Cellarini, youngest. I'm 18. He's like 30 and he's like 21. He kind of already explained my past too, but yeah, when I was a sophomore in high school, I just didn't really think about the future at all. I just thought of my girlfriend and running track, and that was pretty much my entire life. And I remember I was playing Fortnite one day in my room, and he came to my room saying that he was going to go buy a laptop and he was going to join The Real World by Andrew Tate. And then the first thing that hit my mind was, okay. And then the second thing that hit my mind was, okay, that kind of makes sense though. But at the time I was working at an ice cream shop a couple blocks away from where we live. And I had $230 to my name, and to buy the laptops we got, which I still have and he still has, was like $210. So I spent all of my money on that laptop. And ever since then, like he said, first thing I ever tried to do from when I joined The Real World was copywriting. I tried to write ads for people, send out emails. I was never good at it because I didn't really feel like I got taught very well. No shade to the teacher in there, but then I realized that wasn't for me because I kept getting dropped by people. And again, that was my dedication, but I wanted to do something else. I probably could have been a good copywriter if I stuck with it, but it wasn't my thing. Then I did drop shipping, which I always say to this day, if I could be great at anything, I would wish it would be drop shipping because that is just so much fun to me. But it's just not my thing. I just was never really any good at it, and I kind of lost my passion for it. I kind of hopped around a bunch of different things, but eventually got into day trading, and I had a passion for that for about a year, which was a really big thing. I followed, TJR's boot camp, and then I followed Lambo Raul, I followed FX Alex, and then sadly, me and this guy got scammed by a guy who sold us a fake dream that he could give us tools that would allow us to predict the market before it happened. For some reason, I didn't catch that, and we ended up giving this guy thousands of dollars, and we never got any money back. Anyways, that happened. And then we go to Supercar Saturday in Miami, and I meet this guy, I'm not going to say his name, but I meet this guy who sold me into sales, and I was like, okay, I could get into sales. I love talking to people. I'm charismatic and everything. And long story short, he was a terrible mentor. I'm pretty sure he faked a lot of the money he was making. But, I mean, the industry was real, but he was terrible. So, I mean, he basically just promoted the company. No shade to this guy, by the way. He's grinding, respect. Just not for me. I just don't like promoting companies. I like working on myself. So I started literally messaging hundreds of people on Instagram a day. Like, I had to literally, it took me a whole day to delete all the conversations that I had with people till I found one, and I'm not going to say who they are, but I found one agency that actually looked out for me and actually helped me. They help me pay for my leads when I'm trying to dial people. They give me tips every morning. They keep me accountable. And that's basically what I've been doing for the last month and a half. I did just graduate high school, but basically that's my story. And now I just dial the phones anytime I'm not at work. I mean, I have a pretty shitty job situation right now I'm trying to get over, but I dial all the time I can. I've sold 3 policies right now. I've made about $1,000. So unlike him, I've actually made money, but it's not a lot. It's just the start. So, yeah, I would say give me a couple months and then hopefully be making 10K a month. But yeah, that's why we moved in here in the first place. So I didn't even say anything about you.
So again, the biggest point of this, if you saw a common thing amongst all 3 of our stories, we all got fucked in one way or another by being sold a dream, thinking that it would take us somewhere, and realizing that we were actually the product, and speculating that we are actually us, and people like us are the reasons why these people have accumulated wealth. By saying, look what I did to get rich, buy my course, and I'll teach you how to do it. And it leaves you with speculation. Once it's been months and you haven't made anything, speculations that they might not actually even have those tools. That might not actually be how they got rich. And so we just want to know for 100% certainty if it is something that you can accomplish ethically without scamming people. We have gotten offers from people because we've been in this space now, although this is our first video, for about 1.5 years collectively, all of us. And we've seen some shady stuff. And we've been offered to be on board with some shady stuff. And if we talk about all the time, if we wanted to be millionaires, we'd all be millionaires by now. We've had multiple opportunities, had checks waved in front of us to take the bait for something that was scamming to us and would end up hurting a lot of people. And because of how much time we have spent towards trying to do this, we couldn't imagine hurting someone else that was in the same position we're in right now. I just ran out of storage on my phone. I was basically saying, just to sum it all up, we've seen a lot of people that scam people. We don't want to be that type of person. We want to show you an honest route towards our path to profitability.
Yeah, so our videos that we upload won't always be this long. It's just because this is an intro. I'm sure he'll be doing quick little short videos. He'll be doing videos about himself. I'll be doing videos about myself. It's just all collectively on this one channel.
And there'll be more entertaining too.
And there'll be, yeah, all kind of stuff like that. This is just an introduction to go back to years from now when we're all in our own, whatever houses we have, whatever families we have, 10, 20 years down the road, come back to this. But there'll be more videos of like me complaining about how I didn't make any sales for the day. Who knows, maybe down the road he isn't day trading. I mean, that's not going to happen. But if he did, there's going to be all kinds of content. This is just the intro. So
we're going to see.